Hello everyone. So this video is a little bit of a diversion from my usual solar panel videos, but um, it's the start of the year and I really needed something to do. So I decided to redo my whole lawn. I wasn't really happy with the original type I had in there. I think it was some sort of meadow grass or mix or whatever weed grass that natively grows in my area was very sort of coarse. Like the leaves were absolutely massively wide on it. Um, it would grow like crazy t tall really fast. Um, and yeah, it just basically was a bit of a nightmare. It creeped um, all around. So I just decided to get rid of it. So what I did is I cut it down as low as I could with a lawnmower and then put a tarp over it. So the tarp pretty much suffocated it during the winter for a few months, and then around the 7th of March, that's when I basically I had a whole weekend to mess around with the garden. So I dug up um, everything. So bit by bit, I tackled sections. So using a spade, I just sort of stabbed it into the ground, made little lines, and then with a set of pitchforks, dug up any of the old roots. Um, they were still quite healthy because obviously it was winter time, so the grass was still sort of resting and trying to survive the winter. But now I'm digging it all up again, so it will have no way of surviving. Basically, it's all going to end up in the compost bin, and I'll use up the soil. Um, in like a couple of months when I want to make more planters. But so everything that's going to be underneath there is going to be just soil. I'm also de-weeding whilst I'm doing this, so any sort of areas that has like deep rooted weeds, I'm using a spade to get out. And yeah, so basically there's going to be nothing there anymore. It's just pure dirt. Um, but once I was done with that, I moved on to raking it around to get a general evenness, and then I used a tool that I made, like a leveling tool. I don't know if you've ever Googled leveling tools for lawns. You'd usually have like a metal uh, rectangle looking thing that you push around. I didn't really want to spend 50 quid or however crazy amount of money they charge for that, so I just built one out of wood and some mesh that I had laying around, and that's what I used to level out all of the area that I was working with. So this area is actually not actually that big. It's max 5 by 8 meters, I think. So it's a really small lawn. My garden's not very big, but that helped me get it to a general evenness. I'm not too crazy about having it precisely level, because when the grass grows, it's going to push out some of the soil. Me walking on it is going to, you know, change the level of it. So I'm just looking for a general evenness, just so that if in the case that the grass grows a bit wonky, I can just level it out manually with some dirt afterwards. Um, so right now it's just mostly rough. Didn't want to spend too much time on it. Then I grabbed some of my dirt from the side, got it nice and filtered so it's no stones in it or large pieces of dirt, and then put all my seed in it. This is predominantly ryegrass, so ryegrass is a very fast growing and germinating grass type. But the thing is that it's a real nightmare of a grass because it doesn't self-germinate, it doesn't creep like fescue or bent grass does. Um, so you'll basically be germinating this type of grass every year or biannually, but I don't mind the work. It keeps me busy. I just wanted the fastest growing grass that you can get. So that's what I researched. Ryegrass was. I wanted a really lush lawn in the summer, so I just thought fastest growing grass, and I'll just deal with the pain afterwards. Um, so that's what I went with. And yeah, you can see me scarifying the ground just so it has a nice sort of soft layer of dirt for the grass seed to germinate in. And yeah, so I just spread it out. After a bit, after it's all generally even, I put some more topsoil in it. I forgot to record that bit, but it was about a couple centimeters of topsoil. I wouldn't say it was a massive amount. It's about like two or three of like my carts there full of soil that I leveled it off with. This is just to protect the seed from any weather conditions that might be like bad, so like wind or like pests and stuff. But I didn't really, I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was sort of going at it. This is my first lawn, so I just thought whatever I can do, I tried basically. So I leveled it out, stamped it out, put some more soil on top, raked it in. Uh, so I basically did as much as I could to get it to work. Um, After about 10 days, I would say I started panicking because there was literally nothing happening. There was no germination, and I was just sort of scratching my head, thinking that I've ruined a whole batch of grass. Um, so at that point, I decided to get a fleece. It's only about 15 quid for this patch of area, so it wasn't a very big investment for me. But um, so this, I think, is actually what helped get the grass started because it was just so cold around this time in March in my area. I live by the sea, so the wind is just so cold. It's like nearly below zero on some days. Um, on average, it was less than 10 Celsius, I think. So I think the grass was just didn't want to start off. But once I put the fleece down, the sun was sort of beaming on it a little bit. That's when I saw my first shoots come through. So I was really happy that on this day, this was I think the happiest I've been in a month. But um, you can see that nice and little shoots coming through, and progressively, day on day, it just got more and more and more until I was getting like large patches of grass, as you can see there. Uh, some areas were quite dark. You can see like like the sun basically wasn't hitting some areas at all. But then even then there were still little shoots coming through constantly. Um, so around the 20th day after planting the seed into the ground, that's when it really started coming through that and actually looked like a normal lawn, just patchy. So this is pretty much what I have now. So this is today, the 7th, and you can see that it's almost entirely covered now. There are some patchy areas, but everywhere I look, I can see little shoots. So that means that the grass has decided to grow through, and it's only going to be a matter of time until the whole grass is covered. This is basically episode one of this. So in probably a couple of weeks or a month or so, I'll have another video with my with sort of my routine. I'm hoping to get a little routine going of like how I'm replanting the grass. So I've got a seed slotter that I'm hoping to use to fill in any spots that I see. I'm going to need to re-level this because it's even though I did a good job at leveling it all out, it's still a little bit wonky in some areas. There's dips, but I'll get there. So anything I learn from the re-leveling process, I'll post. But yeah, so I hope this video is a little bit of a diversion and hopefully helps you out if you're doing a lawn this spring. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys.